This is a 2025 Ford Expedition Platinum, and it's redesigned for this model year. I borrowed it from Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to ask for Diego for availability. Let's go ahead and check out the window stickers so you guys see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. You guys see the color, stone blue metallic. And then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. This is the 600A equipment group. Stone blue metallic is $495, and then this does have the 8-passenger seating, floor liners, and then driver's package, which gives you the 22-inch wheels for $2,810. On this side, base price comes in at $74,430. Destination is $1,995 with a total price of $80,485. And here are the fuel econometers off to the side. Here's the fun fact on the new 2025 Ford Expedition. Last year there was a limited trim, and for 2025 the base Platinum replaces that. And you guys saw it had the driver's package on it. That gives you these 22-inch wheels. It also gives you the active dampening suspension along with the 22-speaker B&O sound system. All that for under $3,000. Now, if I were buying one of these, I think I would get the Stealth package, which basically gives you pretty much everything that that package gives you. And you get the high output engine and a little bit more sportier exterior appearance. Now, they do give you the DRL that goes pretty much all the way across on the bottom of the grill to the other side. If I ever have a chance, I'll have to light one of these up so you guys can see it. This one also has the active grill shutters, camera, and this has like that satin finish on the front grill, and they do give you a blackout as well. As far as the headlights go, reflective style, full LED. There are no fog lights. They do, however, have them on the trimmer. Front parking sensors, even off to the side for pulling into a garage. And there is airflow through the wheel well too. Now, as far as the suspension goes, no shocker here, but double wishbone. Have a coilover setup. And then here are the tires. These are the Michelin Primacy LTX tires. It's going to be an LT 275/50 22-inch wheel. 6 lug. It's going to have 2,679 pounds of capacity at 50 psi, and I'll show you guys the yellow sticker. Fabric till for the liner in there, and then here's a nice side view of this Expedition. Thoughts on the color? Has like a little bit of green in there for sure. On the mirror caps, they are black, including this high gloss finish on these power deployable running boards. You're gonna need a PPF for these 100%. I can see these getting torn up over time. Here's your badging. You can see puddle light, cameras, turn signals, blind spot, chrome. And here's that keypad right here. Smart key system for front and rear doors, and they are painted door handles. Independent rear suspension. And this does have a small fuel tank too, in my opinion, for this size SUV. If you get the Max, you get a larger one. More of those parking sensors. And a little bit of plastic trimming down below here. Now up top, you guys see this one does have that twin panel moonroof. Also has the shark fin right here. And then here's that rear. Thoughts on the black trimming with the darker color? See, I think I like that better on lighter colors because then it looks like it mismatched a little bit. So, I don't know. Maybe that should be an option. It would look great on black though, however. A little bit of silver trimming that you saw on the front end made its way on the back end here. Parking sensors. You just have a single exit exhaust system too. Backup camera. And they hide that windshield wiper, which cleans up that rear. And let's go ahead and pop this all open. I think this is the biggest advantage for this new Expedition is this tailgate. So obviously if you're putting stuff in and you get home and everything kind of moves around, when you go to open the top part, things won't fall out on you. So that's the biggest advantage. And if you do like the tailgate, you have a nice seat here too. Now they do give you the power seats standard on the Platinum. So if you want to put down that third row, it is all powered. I should just hit the center button. The center button puts them down together, and you don't have to hold the buttons. Thank you, Ford. Even on a $150,000 Escalade, you have to hold the buttons. Insanity. But below the floor, a little bit of storage. They give you a 12 volt and 120 volt power plug, tie downs, also 2 Type-C USBs, and you have these guys here that should help with the tray, or if you want to put your, I guess, groceries here so they don't slide around. That's the Expedition on this tailgate, and if you want to put it all down, check that out. I like how that works out. It's pretty cool. And if you want, you can just put the bottom piece back up and keep the top one up if you like. You cannot open that glass there. And that's a donut style tire. You know, when you're spending this much money, I think they should just give you a matching wheel and tire. It would cost them nothing extra really to do that personally, but it is what it is. It's really there for fuel economy, because obviously that wheel and tire is going to be heavier lugging along on a trip. One last thing out back. This does turn on the lights up here, and you can adjust the position of these lights on both sides. I always forget to show this, and that's really nice for hanging out back. This is the standard output EcoBoost engine. So if you're someone who just got to have all the power, as I said earlier, you got to get the Ultimate package or the Stealth Performance package to get the high output engine. So this one's going to have 400 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque versus the 440 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque and the high output. So it's not a big difference, and this is still plenty fast. All that power just go through a 10-speed transmission. This engine is port and direct injection, aluminum construction, and Ford has pretty much figured out the twin turbo engine game. They're pretty reliable. You don't hear too much about issues from 2021 on. So here is that black interior. It almost looks blue because it's so black. But soft touch. I like the leather trimming they give you. And you have some wood treatment with some satin here. Auto up and down for front and rear windows. More satin on this door handle right there. 22 speaker B&O. I think it comes standard with like a 10 speaker. And then you have that storage down there. As far as the seats go, 10-way, there is massage function available. Now notice how you don't have as many controls on the side here, or even on the side of the steering wheel. I'll show that to you here in a second why. You have 2 high, 4 auto, 4 high, and then 4 low. And then if you want to open the rear, you can open just the top part or both. Electronic parking brake down there. And then check out your little mini steering wheel. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. Now on this side, 8-way power seat. And you guys see how wide the bottom cushion is. Great bolstering, perforated leather. There is a platinum badge right there. Tilt headrest. And they do provide this grab handle for getting in. But notice how they give you that light colored roof. Why? I know that it's cooler for the interior, and you can definitely tell it's not hot outside today, but in direct sunlight, it is warm in the interior. I prefer black roof though. I'd rather it just be hot. This looks so much better. 24-inch screen right up there, 13.2, and all soft touch on the dash. I like how clean this is as well. As far as your vanities go, LED lights there, and place for some sunshades. And here are all your controls for your seat, so you can drop those headrests, and then that controls your shade for that twin panel. Let's go ahead and check out the rear. No curtains, and this has that 8-passenger configuration. My wife prefers the 8-passenger. I like the captain chairs in the second row personally. They give you 2 Type-C USBs on both sides of the seats, and a place here for your phone. and then a little bit deeper one right there. Grab handle to get in, and outboard heated seats, single climate control, and as I said, you have those USBs on both sides. On the roof, LED lights, speakers, and air vents right there. Now if you want to get in the third row, this seat does lunge forward, and let's see what you got. If I go ahead and put the seat up, it does not go back in the same position. I like there to be memory, because then you're always moving the seat. Come on forward. For 80 grand, just give that to us. You can recline the second row. There's some cup holders. Tons of USBs in this thing, by the way, too. I guess if you need to get out, it helps you to maneuver out. This seat does sit a little bit higher compared to the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban. You can see one of your subwoofers right there. And what's really neat is, if you still need this to be a 6-passenger, but you have something long that you have to get in here, you could drop down this center part and that center part. That was a really good idea, because otherwise you lose the whole 60% of the seat basically. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. Alright, so you see right here, this has like a sense. You can feel my finger. I'm not pushing anything, but you see how my finger's going all the way around. I showed this in other videos, but if you want to control your power pedals or your steering column, you now have to go through here. So let's just go ahead and go to the steering column. Now you can push it up and down, in and out. Same thing goes for the pedals. Let's go ahead and push that. Now you see the pedals moving, and that's based off of the sensory that you see here. Most people are gonna not really care, I don't think. I personally, and I know that I know people are gonna disagree with me, I like this better because it just cleans up the interior. Although I will say the price should be lower because they do take away some features, right? And so it saves them money, so it should save us money too. That's for your turn signals and windshield wipers. Trailer brake is right here, just below that push button start. Now let's go ahead and hit this on the screen. This does control what you see up top here. So if I put nothing in, or if I want to put the fuel economy, if I want to put some gauges, media can be right up there, off-road status, tire pressure, towing status. If you tow a trailer, you can have your trailer trip in there, and trip 1, trip 2, and they have weather too, so you have to enable locations, all that good stuff. But yeah, I was basically going through all this here. It does show up here, enable location. Let's see, if it doesn't take too much time, maybe I'll show it to you. And let's see what happens if I put this up on the screen. Yeah, so it's already up there, unable to get weather data. Okay, so maybe in the future, if I figure out how to do it, I'll show it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do more videos on this too. Now, if you go to the car icon here, you can control your lighting. So lighting is in the screen. And if you haven't noticed, that's kind of why the interior is so clean, because all of these buttons that would be on the outside, that would normally be like on a dial, kind of like that you see here. This is your drive modes too, by the way. I kind of brushed over this, but yeah. You have normal, tow haul, eco, sport, slippery, and off-road. And if you go to driver memory, even for your seating positions, you have this now on the screen. So normally you see buttons on the side of the door here. That's no longer there. You can also change the brightness of the screen under settings. And what else is worthy of showing you? Interior lights. If you want to change the interior color lights, you have that. You can also change the brightness too. And I like this. I like what they've done with this overall. Your zone lighting is here, so you can turn on the lights that way. Down below, you have your climate, and all your seating controls are now just in the screen. Some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. But remember, you have auto too for some of your stuff, so you don't necessarily have to go in there and adjust it for yourself. Now just below the screen, see your gear selector and gear limiter, audio control, and you have your auto stop start, self parking, caution lights, camera systems right here, traction control and downhill assist. And when you slide this, wireless charger, pro trailer backup, 2 USBs, exposed cup holder, so no cover for that. This does open up, removable tray, 12-volt power plug, then 2 Type-C USBs. This does slide, and the seat is too far back, so this is as much as it'll go back here. But yeah, I do like this. They took this from the GMC Yukon and Chevy Tahoe, but they all kind of steal things from each other. Sorry about that. I had to lift that seat up and then push it back. So that is the negative with this middle seat in the second row. It does block this from going all the way back unless that seat is all the way there. But yeah, you have that storage. And this is about, let's see, you see a little Model T right there. This is about, I would say you have about 3 inches of height. So if you want to leave something down here, this should be able to slide over things that are 3 inches lower, okay? But that'll pretty much end the video here on the roof, home link. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door, and that'll pretty much end the video. If you plan on putting this in your business name or towing a trailer, these numbers are going to be important. Gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 33.75, the rear is 45.95. Gross vehicle rating is going to be 76.25. And all-in payload is 1,360 pounds. 39 PSI all the way around for the tire pressure. I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.